Arsenal has paved way for Bruno Guimaraes to come in through into their team. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David being my name, and hope you guys are really having super fun wherever you're watching us from. We are talking Nogard. We are talking of a new goalkeeper that Man City is looking at after selling Setford to Leeds for £40 million in there for you. Goretzka has been offered to Barcelona as a free agent. Smash the like button close to 200 times and don't forget to subscribe to this channel in there for you. Now, the club of Arsenal is doing whatever it takes to see to it that they do what is indeed required to see to it that they really get themselves into that particular position of really understanding where Bruno Guimaraes will play. And in the pursuit of that, Arsenal have gone ahead to offload one of the midfielders that they really went ahead to bring in through last season. And who is that? Christian Nogard. But remember, we are left with 34 subscribers to hit 29,800. So please go ahead and obviously put in a very huge shift in there for you to see to it that we really do the needful with you. Now, who broke the story? David Austin came in through and obviously said the following. Exclusive. Everton reach agreement in principle with Arsenal to sign Christian Nogard. Still needs formalization, but 32-year-old midfielder set to join Everton from Arsenal in the region of £7 million and expected to undergo medical next week ahead of proposed move. So, the club of Arsenal do believe that if they don't move on Nogard, they'll be having what we call a bloated midfield. Remember, as things stand, Nogard, Merino, Lewis Kelly, Rice, Zubimendi, who else haven't I obviously mentioned? Because I do believe there are more than that. Lewis Kelly, Rice, Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, Nogard. If you add on Bruno Guimaraes, you are having 6 midfielders who are obviously going to be competing for 2 positions. And that doesn't add on well for the side of Arsenal. And they do believe that if you are to bring in Bruno Guimaraes, you need to also get this guy out of your way. Because, first and foremost, he's earning money, a weekly wage, yet you're not obviously going to be using him to the fullest. Let me tell you how much Nogard earns per week. Nogard's weekly wage. So Nogard has been earning £80,000 a week. Now, if you're bringing in Bruno Guimaraes and you obviously want to offer him a very big contract of £200,000 a week, that means if you keep Nogard, that means you are really putting or piling a very huge burden onto yourself. You get? And by getting Nogard out, you obviously getting this £80,000 he has been earning a week. Right? £80,000 he has been earning a week, and adding it to £120,000 to make it £200,000 to obviously settle him in. Simple. That is it. And I think that's what Arsenal is doing. And they're like, let him go to Everton. Everton will play a very huge role into taking him for £7 million. And also that £7 million they are getting back after, I think they paid, was it £12 million to obviously sign him from Sunderland. You get? You remember, you know? Sorry, he was playing for Brentford. Transfer. His transfer fee to Arsenal. His transfer fee to Arsenal. I remember it was on £12 million. Arsenal went ahead to pay £10 million and £5 million in add-ons, meaning that they're at least getting 7 back. And that 7 can be used to see to it that it facilitates a deal for a player known as Bruno Guimaraes. So, for us not to create or pave way for Bruno Guimaraes to come in through, maybe they had to obviously get off this guy. In terms of salary, right? And in terms of getting at least £7 million back, that will be used to obviously facilitate the coming in through of a man known as Christian Nogard. And for such players that you think are really fringe and you don't need them hugely onto your team, you understand, you have to move them very fast. And you credit Arsenal because so far they've gone ahead to move on 2 players. 2 players have been moved on. And for a club that I support, Man United, have they moved on any player for money? The answer is no. They haven't moved on any player for money. And that's when you differentiate a functioning technical department of a team and that of the others that is not functioning. You understand? So Arsenal is really playing a very huge job in this season and in this game of football to teach us how things are really going to be done. Now, Nogard out, and who gets in? Bruno Guimaraes. You might downplay all this, but it's really very important in what we're obviously going to be learning in the future on how the deal of Bruno Guimaraes came to pass in there for you. So Arsenal trying to do good mathematics and obviously balance up their books in there well and see to it that you can't keep a player who has not gone ahead to feature predominantly into your season. For example, if you look at Nogard, he went ahead to obviously play 6 Champions League games, 7 Premier League games, and 3 EFL Cup games, I think, and some FA Cup games, meaning that he played like 20 games a season for the club of Arsenal. And I don't think that a player who plays 20 games, yet he's fit and not fighting to get into the team is worth £80,000 a week. Look at Konate. Konate has been at the club known as Liverpool, and I think was earning, is it 70,000, and even the other guy was earning, was it £50,000 a week, Luis Diaz, you understand? So earning £80,000 a week, you need to obviously be one of those players that are really instrumental into your team. And for him as a player, I think he has gone ahead to win the Premier League, a dream that came true. A man who never thought I would ever play for a big club came in through, represented. He is a Champions League finalist and also a player who is really good at what he does. And he has also gone ahead to win the Premier League medal. That is Nogard for you. And bye-bye Nogard, as Arsenal comes in Bruno Guimaraes. Let's go to a T side known as Man City. And another tier 1 journalist from Spain known as Santi Auna has come up and obviously told us that Man City sent a €2 million offer to Marseille for Geronimo Rulli. Marseille want around €3.5 million for the player. Clubs are set to reach an agreement. Now, after Trafford went ahead to really find himself in a position of leaving Man City to go to Leeds, because Leeds has gone ahead to lose its 2 goalkeepers, I think Melie and is it Dallo in there. So they're like, they need to obviously come and reinforce their goalkeeping department. And what they've gone ahead to do is like, they are going in for good players. And one of those is, one of those was Trafford, whom they got from Man City at that particular price. That was really huge, £40 million. That means the side of Man City are really having a void in their goalkeeping department, and they're like, we should go in for one more. And guess who they chose? This goalkeeper who plays for Marseille, though there is a gulf in price of €1.5 million, and at the end of it all, we'll obviously see to it that all goes on well as planned. So that is all about a side known as known as Man City, and Guillermo in there for you, trying to obviously get in Trafford to come in through and put in a Guillermo, because the other guy, there is another goalkeeper, Ortega has also gone ahead to leave Man City, meaning that City has gone ahead to lose 2 goalkeepers, and they might need to bring in 2 more to obviously fill up the void. You understand? So that's exactly what you're getting in through here onto what we call the Rokani media football. Lastly, let's go to a player known as Leon Goretzka. Leon Goretzka has offered himself to Barcelona as a free agent. The midfielder is interested in joining Hans Flick following Frank de Jong's long-term injury. Barcelona are not planning to strengthen their midfield and are not considering a move. So, Leon Goretzka has been one of those midfielders that has been linked to big clubs throughout his spell at Bayern Munich. Leon Goretzka is 31 years of age, and in this modern game of football, he's obviously one of those that you think still has legs to play in this modern game of football. Beautiful midfielder, and if at all a Man United, I would really fancy a deal for Leon Goretzka, I tell you, because if you are still looking out for a third CDM and you don't want to spend, and maybe you're like, there is no value on the market, you try to throw in this experienced guy and see what he offers at you at the club of Man United. Because when you look at Leon Goretzka, for a side known as Bayern last season, he came up and obviously played 31 games in the Bundesliga. That means he still has some legs to go in there for you. At the age of 31, he can come in through and obviously help unite and help fine-tune that midfield of Man United in there for you. And he had 5 goals and 4 assists. Champions League, 10 games, 0 goals, 0 assists because he's a CDM. DFB Pokal Cup, 6 games, 0 goals, 1 assist. I think he put out enough evidence to really be that one midfielder that big clubs should be looking at. And if at all Barcelona is not willing to obviously bring him in, I would question what Barcelona is really thinking, because I'm 100% sure this guy is really great. And if you doubt what he has gonna hit to put out, then football is not meant for you. I repeat it. So, thank you very much for watching in through. Rokani David is my name. Leon Goretzka for me. If at all I'm Barcelona, I take him in. And if at all you're Barcelona, you offer him a 3 years contract. Get him in as a free agent, because he has offered himself to you. That means he's willing to obviously dance to your tunes. Like a less sign-on fee, right? After a less sign-on fee, less salary, plays for back half one season, you move on, like you did with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Frank Kessié, who came in through as a free agent, and very many others. I think they can replicate that and really get the best out of this guy known as Leon Goretzka. But I'm shocked that no big club is really showing interest in Leon Goretzka, because I do believe he still has a lot in him to offer. According to me, I do believe he still has a lot to offer in him as a player known as Leon Goretzka. So, your thoughts on to Arsenal paving way for Bruno Guimaraes are welcome in the comment section below. Rumors saying the deal is done, not credible source yet, but I tell you that here we go is not far off from now. I tell you. Then your thoughts about Leon Goretzka offering himself to Barcelona and Barcelona snubbing him. Then the other guy, the other guy is called who? The other story is all about the goalkeeper of Marseille to Man City, and Man City is going to lose 2 goalkeepers, Trafford and Ortega. Rokani David calls upon for your reactions in the comment section below. I'm out. Bye-bye, and see you when you see me next.